Assalamu alaikum. Once again, this is Salim Monique with the Bridge of Truth, and I'm so glad that you are on our channel. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share our videos, especially if you know that they can be of guidance to someone in their life. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the wisdom, and I'll go into the detail in just a moment. But you know, it is Ramadan. It's maybe I think we just completed our 11th day of Ramadan fasting. You know, trucking along, pushing through. I have to say this has been one of the best Ramadans ever. The reason it's been one of the best Ramadans ever is because I have had the time to really sit with Allah. This is my first Ramadan actually, Quran only, and focusing on Allah only, and focusing on the way He has created me. So it's been amazing, just getting in touch with my own creation, and Allah tells us to ponder on the creation. It is a form of worship. So make sure that you know, take time out this Ramadan, even if you take, you know, a day or two to really just try to connect your soul, connect with your soul, connect with yourself, and really understand who you are. Okay, because it's so important that we understand our creation, and we ask Allah to guide us and have a better understanding of our creation. So I want to talk to you guys today about the wisdom. Now, I was talking to, I had posted on Facebook a while back, but I was discussing how hadith, you know, this is the wrong way. And they brought up a point. They said, well, you know, what does Allah mean when He says that we have revealed to you the wisdom? Okay. And so I was like, you know, you need to kind of research that yourself. I don't have the answer right now, but alhamdulillah, lo and behold, Allah guided me and He showed me exactly what the wisdom is. And so for those people who follow hadith and they think that the wisdom is the hadith, the wisdom is following, you know, people outside of books outside of the Quran. This is an abomination. This is wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. It is very wrong. Allah tells us, and I'm going to pull this ayah up. He says to us, and I'm kind of not feeling good today, guys. But Allah says, number one, today I've completed for you your religion. And this is this is in Surah 5, verse 3. And the reason He said this, you know, His religion is perfect. It is His deen, well, not even religion. I don't even consider Islam a religion because it's not rituals. The rituals that they're doing is religious rituals, whatever they're doing. But when you step into Quran only, you realize that this is a deen. This is a way of life. This is not just a bunch of rituals that you're performing and not even knowing why you're doing them or the significance or understanding behind them. So Allah has made this deen perfect. So once He perfected this deen, that was it. There was nothing else that you can add. If something is perfect, you can't add something else to it to make it better. Okay? And so a lot of people will say, well, the hadith explain the Quran and the hadith do this and they do that, but Allah is clearly saying that He already created the perfect deen. So if something is perfect by the Lord of the worlds, then we just leave it alone. We don't need anything added to it. It is great. Okay. He also says, shall I seek other than God as a lawmaker when He has revealed to you this book fully detailed? And that is verse 6, Surah 6, ayah 114. So He's asking us, you know, will we make laws other than He is? Okay, he says, shall I seek other than God as a lawmaker? All of His laws are here. He's saying it plain and clear. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I can hear it. I can see it. I can understand it. It's in my heart. I understand it so well. He also says, we did not leave anything out of the book. So everything is there. So once you understand that He did not leave anything out of the book, then it becomes clear that the wisdom must be in the book as well. The wisdom would not be found outside of the book, and Allah has made that very clear. And so those people who argue and say that when Allah is talking about the wisdom, He's talking about the hadith and the, you know, the way that you do this, you know, you walk into the masjid with this, you're saying these different du'as and you're doing these different ritualistic things, Allah never mentioned in the Quran. So I just, alhamdulillah, lo and behold, Allah revealed to me where the wisdom is. And so if you go to the Israelites in your Quran, I got my Quran. This is my favorite Quran that I have, okay? Because this is the one that Allah revealed his book to me, you know, with. So I hold it near and dear to my heart. If you guys want to know more about my story, maybe I can post it on this site, but I definitely have it on my other one, my story of my journey to Islam. Okay, so verse 39 in Surah, okay, I think this is 17, Israelites. I'm trying to read it in Roman numerals. It's not in just regular writing, so I think it's verse 17. Well, the Israelites, okay, or Bani Isreal. Okay, it says verse 39, ayat 39. It says, "This is of what your Lord has revealed to you of wisdom, and do not associate any other God with Allah, lest you should be thrown into hell, blamed, cast away." Now, if you go back, now we're going to go back, because that was the last thing he wrote about. Well, not the last thing, but that was at the end of his list of the wisdom. Okay, he says, you know, in some of these, if you go through ayahs, if you just read Surah Bani Isreal, okay, you will see that he's going through the wisdom, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to bring up some of the wisdom that he is saying. He says, do not associate with Allah any other God, lest you sit down, despise, neglect it. And Allah, once again, means God in Arabic. It means God. The Christians, the Jewish Arabs, the Christian Arabs, they refer to Allah as God. So it translates over to God, okay? So it's not just that is who he is. You know, he's referring to himself as Allah. For those people who are like still like, well, is this the Muslim God? It means God, like the one supreme God, the Almighty, okay, Allah. So that's why I'm calling him Allah, just to be clear for anybody who has any misunderstandings about that. And it says, "And your Lord has commanded that you shall not serve any but him, and goodness to your parents. If either or both of them reach old age with you, say not to them so much as nor chide them, and speak to them a generous word." So Allah is telling us, don't associate partners with him. Treat your parents kindly. That's the wisdom. And make yourself submissively gentle to them with compassion, making yourself compassionate to your parents. He's also saying, and give to the near of kin his due, and to the needy and to the wayfarer. That's the wisdom. He also says, and let's see, and do not make your hand to be shackled to your neck, nor stretch it forth to the utmost limit of its stretching forth, lest you should afterwards sit down, blamed, stripped off. He says, surely your Lord makes plentiful the means of subsistence for whom he pleases, and he straightens them. Surely he is ever aware of seeing his servants. And do not kill your children for fear of poverty. So that's the wisdom. Don't kill your children. And I just started this at verse in Bani Isreal is 20 verse ayah 22. And remember that verse 39, ayah 39 talks. He's saying, and this is the wisdom. So this is the list he's going through. And I see that if you read through it, understand it. But I'm starting here at 22, just giving you guys some of the wisdom that he's talking about. He says in verse 32, do not go nigh to fornication. Surely it is an indecency and an evil way. 33, he's giving us another part of the wisdom. And do not kill anyone whom Allah has forbidden. Okay, number 30 or ayah 34, and draw near to the and draw not near to the property of the orphan, except in a goodly way till he attains his maturity and fulfill the promise. He's saying fulfill your promises. Don't go and squander away the property of the orphan. Don't kill anyone whom Allah has forbidden. Do not go near fornication. Do not kill your children. Be kind to your parents. He's saying, and give full measure when you measure out and weigh with a true balance. And he also says, and follow not of which you have not the knowledge. Surely the hearing and the sight and the heart, all of these shall be questioned about. All of these shall be questioned about that. Do not go about in the land exaltingly, for you cannot cut through the earth nor reach the mountains in height. And then we get to verse 39 where he says, this is of, or ayah 39, he says, this is of what your Lord has revealed to you of the wisdom. And do not associate any other God with Allah, lest you should be thrown into hell, blamed, cast away. Okay, so he is saying that And then I mean, you can go into it. You know, I'm not going to go too far. I don't want to make this a super long video. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, you know, the wisdom is there. Allah says everything is in his book. His book is complete with all the explanations, detailed explanations. He says he didn't leave anything out of the book. We must believe him when he says this. We know that from those simple verses, we don't need to go outside of his book for the deen. We don't need to go looking for, you know, at the Islamic bookstore and getting a million, you know, buying books. Because Allah says, and they buy error for guidance. Okay? It's error. If he's saying everything is in the book, that means everything is already there. You don't have to go outside of the book. And people will say, I mean, if you hearing what I'm saying, alhamdulillah, you know, there's going to be somebody who disagrees, but this is what Allah has said. So we got to take heed to what he says. This is not for myself. This is just what I have been shown. What he has revealed to me, what he has shown me, that the wisdom is in his book. Everything is there from the beginning to the end. Everything that we need to know in order to get to Jannah is in his book and to earn his pleasure. So alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. I hope that you guys have a great Ramadan. Look forward to more of my videos and Brad's videos. You know, we love to share with you guys. And yeah, so you guys have a great rest of your Ramadan. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and click the little bell. And that way you'll be able to get our videos when we upload them. All right, guys, have a great evening. Peace and blessings.